Hello everybody, welcome back. Now I'm going to create another PowerPoint presentation on PowerPoint, and this is how to use Payroll Thesaurus 2018. I've been using Payroll Thesaurus a lot since last year. I have to use Payroll Thesaurus as part of my payroll exam last year, which was 40 marks. And I had to practice using it as well while preparing for the exam. And then when I finished it, I achieved the second toppest merit, so I was very close to getting a distinction on payroll. So very good. I really like it, by the way. After I finished the exam, I've been making a host of videos using Payroll Thesaurus. I created 6 companies so far, my own individual companies, and then I made 12 videos so far on Payroll Thesaurus. 12. Now before I'm going to start this video off, I'm going to now go into play the beginning and present my title page. How to use Payroll Thesaurus title page. Now let's move on to slide number 1. This is how to start off your Payroll Thesaurus. How to make your company. Now how to add company name and company address. Go to the start of a blank payroll wizard and select create new company, and from there you can enter company name and company address, and when you enter those details, then you can click next. So click here and then it will move on to the next part, which I will present into the next slide. So let's go to the next slide. Slide number 2. This is how to insert employer registered number. After you clicked next, when inputted company name and company address, employer registered number, and when from there you can enter employer registered number. If you, however, find it hard and difficult to enter the employer registered number, if necessary, use your PBS number. Then you can be able to go next. Sometimes I have to use my own PBS number when I create a few companies, and then I've been able to process and move forward to the next steps. So it's very handy. And then you have to create your own individual payroll company. So once you have entered employer registered number, once you have successfully have it, then once again click next. Now let's move on to slide number 3. This is how to enter password to log into your payroll industry. After you click next, when inputted employer registered number, go to password, and from there you can enter password and retype new password. An example of the passwords in the payroll is pass 1234 AB34 etc. When the password is both inputted in 2 blank boxes here, once you're finished, click on the Finish tab. Now let's move on to the next slide. This is how to start running your industry after you finish setting up the company's details. After you clicked finish, when you inputted the password and retype new password, go to continue free trial, and from there you can enter your own password, which is this here, and then select your selected password, and then once you have that, click on OK, and then it will move on to the monthly or the weekly payroll of your choice. And this is my details. I have my number inputted and my company's name. As you see, I did AD Tax Accountants in 2 separate videos. I done about 6 employees. I issued 2 P45 forms to 2 employees, and then I updated 2 weeks of the payroll program. Now we move on to the next slide. This slide now tells how to use employee icon number 1 and add or edit employees' details. Go to Employees, Add and Amend Employees, select the relevant employee from the surname drop-down menu. Let's click on the end of the employee's surname so it is no longer highlighted in blue. Without deleting the original surname, type in a new surname directly after the old surname. Using your mouse or arrow keys on your keyboard, place your cursor between the 2 surnames. So I have 2 surnames here. It is Francis Andrew. And then use your backspace button on your keyboard to delete the old surname. And when only the new surname remains in the surname field, click Update to save your changes. So the Update tab is here. Once you have it, it should say Andrew Francis had updated successfully. Now, other information as well, my check, my pay methods, my weekly pay, my hourly rate, the works number, his employee number 6, his department, his accounts, and his address as well. Now let's move on to the next slide. This slide now tells us how to add or edit employees' tax credit and USC rates. Go to Employees, Add and Amend Employees. Select the revenue details, which is here. Beside personal details, click here. And then to insert tax credit cut-off points and calculate the USC weekly cut-off points from the revenue drop-down menu. So here's the tax credits, the cut-off points, and you don't have to do the calculations. All you have to do is select left-click this, and then click on Use Standard Cut-Off, so it will do the automatic calculations for you. And then you also have PRSI class, and this is where you can also use emergency tax. So if you don't want to do the tax credits, cut-off points, and USC cut-off points, you can just put the employee into emergency tax. But that's it. Now to the next slide. This is to tell us how to use employee icon number 4, which is down to the pay slips. So go to the pay slips and click here to preview the payroll. Select the employee using the drop-down list, and please note, only employees who have been processed as a leaver in previous pay periods will be available for selection. You can email, print, or copy the employee's payroll preview into another clipboard. So here are the 4 employees. The 2 other employees that are 6, they have been issued into a P45 form, so they are dismissed or no longer available. That is why they're not in the payroll preview. This is 2 weeks. I've been processed through 2 weeks. This is the 2nd week, and this is where the 4th week was processed by those 4 employees. So excellent, very good. That's how to check your figures and numbers and how they earn their hours and weekly payments. So very good. Now let's move on to the next slide. This is now how to tell us how to issue a P45 form to dismiss employees. Click on the P45 tab beside Employees or Reports. Click Issue P45 on the P45 tab. Enter the employee's leave date as required. At the prompt, click Yes if it is correct that the employee is to be part of the current payroll you are processing. So I was going to issue a P45 form to Holly Malloy. I entered her date of leaving, then I go to click next, and then this appeared. Confirm her P45 form. If I click yes, then she will be dismissed from the company or no longer available. If I click no, she'll be staying with the company and not be issued with a P45 form. So yeah, that's how to issue the form. That's it. The two basic screenshots on how to use the P45 form. So now I'm going to move on to the next slide. This now will tell us how to update the file and to next week's payroll processing. Click Update File to save the information you have entered. On updating your pay period using process icon number 5, the associated payroll submission will now include details of the employee leaving and their leave date. So here are the pay dates, the last pays, and the import dates. So this is where it's going into the week's third week. This is where I have to save my updated file of the payroll processing. So I always select the Thesaurus Payroll 2018 folder. Well, I always click here, so I can select my company's folders, week 1 and week 2, and save all the backup files into those folders. And don't forget, it is number 5. So once you see number 5, icon number 5, this is where it will appear. And once you enter the date, then this will now appear. Backup payroll files. Then move on to the next slide. This is how to finalize and print employees' pay slips. Simply prepare and submit the payroll submission request PSR to revenue using process icon number 6. At the time of finalizing the final payment, a payroll submission request PSR will also be created, which will include the details of the employee leaving and their leave date. Process icon number 6 will indicate that this submission is outstanding. Click print to preview the payroll's employees' pay slips in the printout form. So here you go. Once you selected the employee, just click print, and then you have the printout of the employee's pay slip. Move on to the next slide. This is to tell us how to enter hours and overtime. Now, before I continue my presentation, I'm going to have to call this a day and end this video at the moment. So I will update this and finish this slide, and then finish off the rest of the slides in the next few minutes. So thank you all for watching. This is the first time ever Payroll Thesaurus was ever being presented on PowerPoint. How to use Payroll Thesaurus. So I'm very happy. I've been doing this as my honor to present these information. So thank you all for watching. Good luck to all of you and have a nice day. See you all very soon. Adios.